So, welcome back. When we last left, Acanthus had, well, not Acanthus, Songbird, same person, different name, had cornered a 16-year-old.
Nope.
For raising.
Yeah, had talked with a 16-year-old girl, Sylvia Colorossi, about
Hey, my van.
She's waitress. Just
who had basically known something about the cabal's contact, Titus Singleton, and had said, well, she didn't have much interaction with him, but he'd been asking questions about the weird folks who had come around before and had been speaking with her dad. So finally, the cabal have a clue. So we guys we're back at the bar, the Even Dart. Sylvia has just pocketed the $20 tip and said, all right, thanks. Yeah, stay in school. Got it. Bye. And
she's going to buy drugs with that money.
she's a nice girl.
How do you think she works such long shifts? It's all that meth.
with her mother. Anyways, so Songbird, I imagine you head back to the group.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And fill everybody in.
I was going to say, so how'd it go?
Good. It sounds like Titus was here, but there was also some other weird, quote unquote, weird dudes that had wanted to get into the basement for some reason.
Do we know when this was?
What a coincidence. I want to get into the basement.
She didn't say when, but she said her dad was the one that was dealing with them.
So we can talk to the dad, or we can just go to the basement.
I vote we just go to the basement.
Okay.
Are you fine with this?
I'm on board with that plan.
Okay, we're just not going to ask for permission. Sure.
Okay.
That's perfectly in character for me. I expected someone else to resist that.
I mean, I know that, or I think Songbird thinks that his role needs to be if they're going to do something, be there to make sure they don't get fucked up.
Aren't you supposed to be the adult here?
Yeah.
Well, hey, he's the bodyguard. Let's not throw things around like adult.
This is technically y'all's mission.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm here to. That's the way I see it, at least. For my kind of
I think
responsible
weird
mind.
is more of the adult.
I was just about to say that. Technically speaking, I'm the adult in the room.
That doesn't end well either. No, it's like I had planned this all to fall apart right away. So basically, you guys pay your bill and out the front door. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to save us some time and potential legal problems, and I'm gonna excuse myself to the restroom. And when I get in there, I'm gonna lock the door, and I am going to use the mirror to cast a scrying spell into the basement. It does not say that I need to be in front of the door. It just says I can create a window to look into a distant location.
Correct. Okay. So this is where. Hang on. You have space 2, right?
I have, yeah.
Let me double check. I believe you can do this. Okay, so this is going to be where space mages really show off. Unfortunately, I will go ahead and tell you, you cannot do this now. Because what you need, and let me find the magic specific, is you're going to need sympathetic range. So you're going to need some connection to draw on. Because by default, your range is touch, or yourself, or with advanced duration, with advanced scale, you can do it at sensory range, so someplace that you can sense, even if it's just here. So if you're leaning up against a door and you could hear into the room, you could scry into the room. But for beyond that, you need sympathetic range, which let's see here. She creates a window that allows you to perceive the subject. Go ahead.
Can we talk that out for a bit? Would he need that if he's standing outside of a door, would he need that to see on the other side of the door?
No.
So the cellar is right below our feet, is it not?
Correct, but he cannot sense. He's not getting any kind of sensory stuff from there. So if you were
have to be outside the door to the cellar.
At that point, you know that there is a room there. You're hearing what's in that room. I will put my phone on vibrate. Sup, Ryan? So it's sensory range is the big thing. So you have to be able to perceive it in some way. So knowing that it's down there is very different from perceiving it in some way. This is the nitty gritty thing that makes space mages controlled And this is why Shodell knocked on the door. He could not just appear in there. Now, if he had a sympathetic connection to a subject, so like using your scrying thing as an example, when cast on sympathy to a location, gives you a broad overview of the area analogous to a cinematic wide shot, but it remains static. Sympathy to a person gives a close-up so you're able to see them, that's what I was pulling post-cognition from, but Weird had a good, comparison that said, as if you're right there. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Now, if you were casting within sensory range, i.e. the room around, which, by the way, they show as an example in the book, which is basically, I'm right here and I'm hearing their conversation. And so they scry to that, thing. So, no.
Okay. So just to clarify, a place that I have not been, again, using the artwork from the book, I have to at least be able to perceive it in some way, be on the other side of the door or whatever. Right. But a place that I have a sympathetic connection to, like I could, from the bathroom at the bar, I could scry into my apartment. Because I have a sympathetic connection, but a place that I don't, I have to at least be in perceptive range.
Or have something to use.
So instead of ensconcing to the bathroom, I am going to let the group know that when we get to the door, before we break any laws, at least man-made laws, I am going to scry through the door to save us some time and potential legal anguish.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Sure.
So at this time it's 1, 2 in the afternoon. The cabal had paid their tab and head out.
Yes, I will. The meal's on me, guys.
Thank you.
His songbird is like, I took you to a 3-star Michelin restaurant yesterday. Right. But okay.
So just keeping track.
I'll take
you know
anyone
what?
buying my food.
That's a good point. I do appreciate that. I'll cover the tip too.
Did I manage to get through my burger?
No, like a quarter of it.
Wait, hang on. We need a constitution check.
Stamina check.
I'm down for it.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Sure. You're down for it. All right. Roll it. Strength. Actually, I think this is going to be a stamina and composure roll, or no, stamina and resolve. It is a physical and mental.
Yes. Yeah, I'm good with either one of those. So.
Yeah. Stamina and resolve.
Sure.
People at home, I apologize. You came here expecting something similar to vampire. Instead, we're determining if Weird can eat a burger.
Eating contest.
Okay, hang on. You can't sweat him for that. We spent the first hour with me being drunk and asleep and them dancing on the ceiling and making
with
breakfast.
Atratus's ghost brother.
Yeah, with my dead brother.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, no, you box out the 7/8 of the burger and bag. Thanks, guy.
All right, it goes in the backpack, and away we go.
So you guys make your way around. Like I said, so I swear you guys all passing it around. I'm gonna kill y'all.
I've been awake for 23 hours now, so.
Yeah, it's true.
And just so if we see somebody homeless or somebody with a pocket, let me know. Okay.
What?
If we see somebody who's homeless or panhandling or something, let me know.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. No, this is a little bit more, not quite upper scale, but it's a nice neighborhood. So yeah, you don't necessarily.
They run all their homeless people out.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Now that said, there's a park a little ways away. So, anyways, yeah, you guys get around. It's an alley. It is very footpath alley. There's not a lot. Definitely like I described a while back. It's a little bit older. Some of the age of the town kind of shows here. The brick on the cellar looks kind of newer, matches the rest of the building, which is a little bit looks like it's been updated. But you guys have seen pictures down below, and it looks like it's some old flagstone, river rock, kind of old school basement kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. John, if you want, Mammon can go ahead and roll scry.
Quick question. When you say is on the side of the building, do you mean an alley, or is it street side?
It's an alley between buildings, and it's just footpath kind of thing. And it's not right there. It's kind of back around a little bit.
So I can use high speech this time.
Hold that thought. Wait, what? Weird, go ahead.
Before he does scry, I wanted to throw a spell on him.
Oh, okay. And what were you saying, John?
So I can use high speech this time?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
if everybody
dope.
everybody kind of does the classic, kids about to do something wrong, everybody kind of spreads out and looks around.
Actually, I'm going to, hey, Travis, could you do me a favor and, just watch for nosy passersbys?
Yeah, hang on.
Oh.
Thanks.
And
Quick
what was this spell you're casting?
I'm going to be casting Superlative Luck.
Will not work
I'm
on
using-
spells.
What?
It will not work on spells.
Oh, it does not work on spells?
No, very specifically, there is, I believe it's 2 reach, where it says, "Hey, you can do something with spells." I believe.
Yep. Only for rituals, though.
Right, and let's see here, Superlative Luck. I may apply the effect to ritual spell casting, which doubles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I don't think you guys plan to spend 6 hours to scry through a door.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So
because it is a space spell, I'm going to need a rod if I'm going to get that bonus.
you could use mirror in this case because this is a spell affecting you.
Because I'm looking. Right. Okay. So I'm going to utilize my phone again. Okay. Man, I'm really getting use out of this phone.
Okay, hang on. And she pulls out a silver mirror out of her backpack. How about you try that?
Is it worked?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mirror.
It's formed, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just surprised you don't have a pocket mirror.
Yeah, really.
Why would I have a pocket mirror?
Because you've used
full of
one
pocket
3
sand.
times just in the last hour.
I love the fact, by the way, that we are having this conversation in character. Listen, I paid $1,200 for this phone. I'm going to get my use out of it.
Okay.
I appreciate
There's
it.
an
though.
app for that.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys kind of check around, and especially since you're casting this instantly, you don't need very long. It does technically take 2 turns because high speech is never reflexive. It is a full action, but that's fine. That's a whopping 3 seconds. If somebody were to look around, they would hear weird chanting coming from the alley. They look around and there's 4 folks kind of.
They're going to go, you know what? It's Jersey. Whatever, man.
So go ahead and roll space, gnosis, and +4 +3.
No, I like the first one more. I'll go with 4.
There you go. That's all you
That's
got.
nice.
Yep.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I love.
Swear to God, dice.
And I love it because the one shot that we did was like, oh wow, we're failing a lot. Now, you guys are like, oh okay, yeah, I can throw a lot of dice at this and it's not great. So let's see here, scry. Oh wait, that's a 2-dot spell. And all you need to do is cast it instantly. So by means of spell, move curtain, see a window. So effectively you see down into past the door and kind of down into the room that you're kind of listening. And you can hear some sounds. That's what you're perceiving. You hear some pipes, clanging, some, other just kind of normal house sounds almost. And the window kind of appears in your mind and you see what any role-playing nerd would love. It's old stone. There's a couple tables that are shoved over to the side. There's some folding chairs. There's and some empty racks of kind of industrial side, and some empty kegs. But it's this is prime. Let's play D&D kind of space. It's very old, but it looks clean. There's not water dripping everywhere, but it's a large space. It probably matches the footprint, maybe a little bit smaller, of the tavern upstairs. But to your vision, just opening it like that and even saying you turn your maid sight on, because duh. Wait, mind in space. Yeah, no. You're looking in here and it looks fairly empty. There's incandescent bulb hanging with the metal cage. There's a couple of those that are on. Are they on? Yeah, they're on. But that is it.
So it says that I can move my view around as a reflexive action to view the target from any angle I want. So assuming that I do shift my view around, does that make anything else visible?
Not that you can see. It looks like a fairly empty room that was used for storage. Actually, let's go ahead and let's add a wits and composure roll as you're kind of viewing around and see what kind of stuff you can see.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, all right, cool. So one success. You're looking around. Everything looks kind of tidy. This is not an unused room. There's not dust sitting on shelves. There's not dust on this table. The metal chairs, the folding chairs don't have like a bunch of cobwebs down on the bottom. This room is used. Might have been a while, but it wouldn't have been very long.
Okay, so we're still going to need to go inside of it to do any closer inspection, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay, so I relay the information, everybody. I tell them, there's nobody in there, so it shouldn't be an issue to get in. Quick question. Do I see any alternative entrances to it? Like, do we need to worry about waitstaff coming in or whatever?
No, it looks like this is a solid individual room. There's no other access to it that you can see.
Okay, so the cellar is completely standalone. Once we get in there, we don't have to worry about anybody coming in from up above. It's unusually clean, as if people are actively using it. So something is happening down there. So yeah, we just we're gonna have to get in there. Weird. You got any more of that luck? Can you tug on it and get us in on the lock? I mean,
if somebody has skills to open it up, I can certainly bend reality that way.
I can help you with that.
Sure. This isn't really the kind of situation where it might be accidentally left open. Like I can bend fate. I can't just write it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
See, I can't really unlock it, but I might be able to get rid of it.
Well, I don't know if we want to leave permanent, but if you've got the skills to open it up.
Does anyone?
Yeah, I definitely have the skills to get it open.
The thief might.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna invoke my inspired, because this is a teamwork approach.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna use that to cast superlative luck.
Okay.
So that gives me a 9 again.
No, the inspired gives you a critical success on 3 instead of 5.
I thought there was more to it than that. Okay. So just a normal.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and take an arcane beat because you are resolving the condition. Whether it gives you the actual success, the critical success, you still get the beat. Now, bear in mind, superlative luck does cost you mana. Remember that.
Why?
Because it is that much of a gnarly spell. It actually has mana cost built in.
Oh, okay, sure, fair enough. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. But it's ridiculous.
So here's a question I haven't asked before, but it recently occurred to me. I've got the shadow or the name 2. So does that give me 2 if I'm using that?
Yes. I actually saw that on your character sheet and meant to mention it. Because you guys are limited to only 2 yantras right now, like the path tool is useful, but it only gives you a +1. Your shadow name gives you 2. And that doesn't...
Oh, in my case, yeah.
Right.
Because I put the points into it.
Right.
Oh, that reminds me. How what is the usage of the shadow name? Should I have been using that this whole time?
And so basically where a path tool is like, okay, I have this rod and it means this, and so I'm calling on that. The shadow name is I am calling on my own persona. I am calling on the name of Mammon and the things that I do as a mage, or I am Weird the Seer and I see fate, and I am calling upon that to cast these spells. And is basically kind of your own personal magic casting. So, for Mammon, like if we're going to really pull from like the devil thing, you might carve like, infernal runes or something like that as you see it in your head. There's no path tool. There's no order tool to that. That's just your way of casting magic. Your symbols.
Okay, so as an example, when I was scraping the mind of werewolf chick, I could have called upon my shadow name in order to get a mind roll bonus. And
shadow name applies for literally any spell cast.
Step closer to your mic.
Shadow
it's not picking you up.
Shadow name picks up for literally any spell, like because it's you casting the spell, so you always apply.
I got you. Cool. I call upon the power of me.
Grayskull even.
Gotcha.
And if you guys eventually get that cabal merit, that's another +1.
So I'm going to pull out a silver dollar and hand it to Mammon and say, give that a flip.
I'm going to flip that shit.
3 successes.
There you go. So
with inspired,
which means that you get you can decide what you want to do, but you could get the mana back and an additional mana.
I still can't go over my maximum though, right?
Correct.
Yeah. What are my other options?
Is one of the things that eventually is going to go in that handout.
Another condition.
You take another condition on you or the subject. Condition reach in the primary spell factor or a bonus step in the primary spell factor, which might actually be fairly useful in this case.
I'm going to do that.
I've got to find.
Oh no, the primary factor is duration.
Okay, yeah. So that so it only lasts for another turn.
Can I take a bonus in potency?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
You can move it to advanced, but that just means it's harder to dispel. But that doesn't.
Yeah.
No. And that said.
All right, so I'll take a condition.
Okay, cool. I think coming off of that, let's just stick with inspired. Like,
Sure.
hey, fate is on your side right now. Okay, so what that means for Bamman, it's you because the primary spell factor is duration, you get free steps up in that. Not that you guys really care. You just have the baseline potency, which I've got to get better about walking us through this. But the base potency is just 1, which is fine because all you want is 1 roll. Double check on the character sheet.
Well, lockpicking would be an extended action, correct?
I don't believe so, but we can see.
I mean, it's not like the lock disintegrates if I fail the first time.
Right. I'll look here in a second. But that said, you have the rote effect on that, which is at the very bottom, which basically means you'll roll, and then it will automatically re-roll any of your failed dice. That is what superlative luck does.
I have the what
it's
effect?
The rote.
The rote effect?
It's yeah. So basically, you'll roll, take all your successes. Anything that didn't roll a success will be re-rolled automatically. It is huge.
Okay.
So, but yeah, let me look up.
Dex and larceny.
I'm pretty sure that'll be it. Let me see here. Because you were suggesting that it might be an extended skill, so I do want to look. Larceny is a physical skill. Bypass security system extended. Oh yeah, lockpick. Oh yeah, that's right. Because poor Alan couldn't pick for his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so now this is only for a number of rolls equal to words potency on that spell, which is only 1. So your first one will have that rote skill. So go for it.
Gotta be able to manage this.
Okay.
Right. You have in mind the number of successes that I need,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Okay. Did it wrong? I'm not getting any modifiers from that spell,
No,
right? It's
It
just
gets the
rote.
rote. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
2. Okay. Yeah, you're working and you're feeling it starting to give, but you're not there.
Okay.
And so you can have a total of 4 rolls because that's what your total dice pool is, but your dice pool doesn't get reduced. So just roll again.
Well, there's another 2.
Nice.
Oh, indeed. The sheet didn't change for me, and Jimmy click and unlocks.
That was lucky.
Yeah.
That was quite lucky.
The coin finishes falling. No.
The top keeps spinning forever.
Right. So yeah, you unlock this. I mean, like you pick it up. This thing has some heft, including even the shackle. Looking at it, you're realizing, well, it's kind of ridiculous. Except when you start to pull the cellar door up, the wood is like heavy oak, and it's actually banded across the back with like metal. Like whoever put these cellar doors up, was like, please don't burst into my cellar.
Well, to be fair, we're not bursting in, so we're still respecting their wishes.
Sure. Okay. There is a set
I'm
of
gonna go ahead
about 8 steps down into the basement.
I'm gonna saunter on down like I own that
Okay.
bitch.
Let's. I'm gonna ask the classic D&D question. What's our marching order?
March order.
I'm gonna let you know what. In second thought, I'm gonna let Songbird go first.
Taco's good out here.
Always put the
So
paladin
if
first.
Songbird intentionally interposes himself, that's fine. Otherwise, Word is really
Yeah,
curious, so she's
for
going to
sure.
be pushing forward too.
No, I definitely go first.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be right behind you because I want to see what's down here. But you be in front.
okay.
And just a reminder for our viewers from last episode, my mage side is still up for this scene. Or did
no,
we change
because
scenes?
the scene. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we
Definitely change scenes.
Yep. Which does mean you can just turn it back on when you get downstairs.
Yeah.
What was is wits and composure for
Perception.
around
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, you guys. So we have Songbird, Atratus, Weird, and then Mammon.
Oh, fuck no. I'm going in second. I opened that bitch. I'm just putting the meat shield in front.
Everybody's like, no. Songbird goes first. Everybody's fighting over a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you guys make your way down the steps very carefully. They're definitely like steep and well worn, so they have like that kind of like softened edge at the corners and stuff like that. They're kind of sunk down a little bit more in the middle. They have seen use. You get down into the basement, and as you're like stepping in, every single one of you goes, "Oh, something is weird here." Like you just feel it. It's on your,
Mage sight's on.
Yeah, the personal mage sight is
Going crazy.
Yeah. You guys light everything up, so there's this Sam Fisher kind of as everybody lights up, and
We're just looking around.
right. For most everybody, there's not really too much going on here. Ash, Atratus sees two things. One is this spectral gate. Looks like two huge rib bones curved up that cross at the top, a big black emptiness in between them. Basically, not smack dab center, kind of offset, but center of the room. And then standing near the gate and kind of like pacing around is a beautiful woman. She's... Give me a sec.
Do you have a picture?
I do not. I have a description. She's about 18, 19. She looks to be very, very, let's say 1700s dress. Not quite ball gown, but dressed very, very, well, a very like a real working corset and, long gloves. She's dressed to the nines, 1700s style. Very, kind of an imperious nose stuck up look. And she kind of looks about and sees the four of you coming down and just doesn't seem to really react. She is not able to perceive that you perceive her, but kind of watching curiously, seeing who's come down. She kind of steps away from the gate and kind of pulls back, kind of wallflower style, like I'm just going to stand over here and see what these people are doing. But is mostly just watching what you guys are.
And Atratus is the only one that sees that, you said, correct? Okay.
Would Weird not see her also?
If Weird wants to spend an extra mana to use Death Sight, yes.
Right, because it's not a... Okay.
Not one of the ruling ones.
I could if you tell me about it, but...
Yep.
I am going to... I'm going to tell everyone about the ghost gate in the middle of the room.
Okay. And so, well, actually, tell me what you say.
There's a gateway. I am going to keep an eye on the woman. I'm not going to mention her yet. I want to see how she reacts to me explaining this to everyone else. When you say that you see the gateway, she looks miffed. She kind of is looking and like looks at Tratus up and down real quick. She's kind of eyeing you up, looks at Weird, kind of looks at and then looks at Mammon and Songbird, and like it is much more of a kind of look from and kind of walks over. Well, actually, starts to walk towards the group. Very kind of, very demure, casual steps. And she's not in a hurry. But yeah, she starts walking towards Songbird since he's up front. I'm going to just sort of like grab him and steer him away. Just like also a ghost. And like that, Songbird, you have a very, very up close view of this woman who appears very similar to the way Gabe had. She is with her heels and everything up. Actually, I can't remember how tall is Songbird. Songbird is pulling like the Norwegian 6'7", like crazy thing. Right?
No, 6'1", 6'2".
Okay, yeah. So she's
tall, but not like.
I'm
crazy
betting that
big.
she's trying to possess them or something. So let's move you away.
But she appears smack dab in front of Songbird and kind of probably maybe an inch or two under you with her heels. And she kind of
So very tall.
and she kind of eyes you up and down. She says, "Yeah," and she manifests. I think Titus is going to recognize very quickly. Everybody can see her, and she says, "Oh, more admirers? Have you come to say sweet things to me? Did you bring me gifts?"
Like you got a sister too?
I don't know this.
Yeah, she kind of sniffs at that. She's like,
Hello.
Yeah.
What up?
What's up?
Okay.
Admirers? Question mark. Are you often have visitors down here?
As you say that, her form kind of ripples and changes. The attire stays the same, but it takes on a suddenly more worn look, and her face looks a little bit more haggard. There's tear streaks through makeup, and there's a lot of wounds on her arm. We'll just say that just to keep it a little nice. She's not looking in a good way at all, and she kind of reels back. She looks wounded. At your
literally,
well, yeah, literally, and like mentally, and she's just like, and like she's kind of thrown off. She's not happy with this, and you know what? Actually, that's about 9:00.
She keeps forgetting.
So I think that might actually be the end of this episode, right? 6 hours, six to 9, 3, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about our pausing point.
All right.
Oh, that means DM ran out of material.
No, DM is actually ready for this. I was quite happy that you guys took longer with Gabe and hanging out. So I was like, I didn't run to the end. I was good for this all the way up to the last minute. But also that means, yes, I get to flesh this out a little bit more.
Cool.
So yeah, we will pick this up next week, guys, with more episodes of Occultists Anonymous. And then, hey, listen to me talk about stuff. Hey guys, thanks for finishing off our session 2, episode 4, whichever way you want to look at that. So we have met a ghosty lady, and that's all we know. And actually, as I'm recording this, I don't know what happens next, so I'm just as excited as you are. Of course, if you want to keep track of all that stuff, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of stuff. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/occultista, and then you can see us on Patreon as well. That's patreon.com/occultistanonymous. Thanks, guys. See you next time.